We're back with lines 461 to 466. Aeneas continues his address to Dido. Sed me iusa Deum quae nunc hasire perumbras per loca sentacitu cogunt noctemque profundam imperiis egere suis, nec credere quivi hunc tantum tibi me discessu fere dolorem. We'll stop there. But the orders of the gods, and so this is our subject, orders, and deum is genitive. It's really deorum, so remember that. It is a syncopated form here. But the orders of the gods, and now we have this relative clause describing the orders, which, and that's going to go till here. So the quae, the antecedent of the quae is the iusa, which now cogunt, drive, and we have to put the me in here, so me, which now drive me, ire, to go. Here's the complementary infinitive that goes with cogunt, which drive me to go now through these shades. Has umbras is accusative with the preposition per. Through these shades. Per loca sentacitu, through the loca, places, senta, thorny, and now we have an ablative describing the thorniness, situ, with literally sitting. And the idea is that they're sitting so long that they have moldered or decayed and become gross because they've sat so long. The idea is that in the underworld things become really disgusting because they just sit there and they decay. So this is a colorful picture, I think, that these places are thorny with decay or with moldering, with just sitting, literally, but that is all implied by the sitting. It makes us think that in the underworld there's just not very much activity, too, with this type of a description. And deep night, or profound night. And this is accusative, also going with the pair. So this pair through these shades, also meaning ghosts, through the places thorny with decay, and through profound night or deep night. So these orders of the gods are now causing him to go through the underworld. Imperiis egere suis. You could say that the orders drive me with their commands, and those are ablative, suis imperiis. But really, it's not the orders properly that are driving him, it's more that the gods are driving him by their orders. So from this deum we can imply that the gods are driving him with their commands, and here we have with their commands. Iusa and imperia, these are really synonyms here. So you could imply that the gods are the subject of egere here. Sounds a little better to consider that the gods are the subject of this rather than the orders themselves. So let's do this whole part once more up to the semicolon. But the orders of the gods, which now drive me to go through these shades, through the places thorny with decay and deep night. They, the gods, drive me with their orders. Neck and not, quiwi. This word comes from queo, quire, quiwi, quitus, means to be able. So, and I, because this is perfect active form, perfect active indicative, ego is the subject, and I am not able to believe, credere, this is complementary infinitive with quiwi, and I am not able to believe that that I, fere, brought, so this is an indirect statement here prompted by the credere, and then we have accusative with an infinitive. I am not able to believe that I brought hunc tantum dolorem, this such great pain. Okay, one more time. This pain so great, tibi, to you, dative, and then discesu, by my leaving, ablative. How did I bring you this great pain? By my leaving. That was how. And remember, ablative answers our how questions. So one more time. And I am not able to believe that I, indirect statement here, brought this pain so great to you by my leaving. Siste gradum te quaspectu ne subtrahe nostro. Stop your step. And this is an imperative, singular imperative. Stand still is what he's saying. Stop your step. Siste gradum. Sounds a little rude to me, but I guess Aeneas is just getting emotional. He doesn't want Dido to leave. He wants to still talk to her. Stop your step and subtrahe. This subtrahe goes with the ne, and do not withdraw yourself, te, from, you got to put in ab, aspecto nostro, from our sight. So again, and do not withdraw. This is the poetic negative imperative. Usually we'd say noli subtrahere, but you can use the ne with subtrahe, the imperative with ne in a poetic way. It's acceptable. And do not withdraw. Te, yourself, this is the direct object of subtrahe. Aspectu nostro, ablatives from our sight. And ab is understood here. Moving on to the last line here. Quem fugis, whom are you fleeing? Whom are you fleeing? You might remember Dido having said a very similar thing in their speeches. She said, me ne fugis, are you fleeing from me? Now Aeneas is saying, whom are you fleeing? So the roles have been reversed, and the speakers of the words have been reversed. Before it was Aeneas fleeing, now it's Dido about to flee. Apparently she looks to Aeneas like she's ready to bolt and get out of there, which is understandable. It's like meeting the old boyfriend and having an awkward moment. Extremum fato quad tad loquor hoc est. he says, this is, so here's our, this is the extremum, the last, meaning last time, which I will adlocor te, I speak to you, I address you, and so this is a little relative clause here, which I speak to you. Actually, I think we would make this relative clause go around here. Well, it doesn't really matter. I guess we'll put it there. Let's do that again. This is the last time, fato, by fate. Ablative, by fate, which I will address you. Saying this is the last time we are going to talk together. One more time. This is the last time. I guess you could say it's extremum tempus. The last time, by fate, which I will speak to you. I'll go ahead and go over the Latin one more time, and then you can have a little better meaning joined up with the Latin as I read. Sed me iusa Deum, quae nunc has ire per umbras, per loca sentasitu cogunt noctemque profundam. Nice alliteration here. Imperiis egere suis, nec credere quivi hunc tantum tibi me discessu fere dolorem. Siste gradum te quaspectu ne subtrahe nostro, quem fugis extremum fato quod te ad locor hoc est. And one last little note, Farr tells you to say this as long as if this had two C's, and that would be a variant spelling of it, as if it's hoc est, and so it's like there's two consonants after there. So this is really long, not short, to have our spondy at the end.